Hey people, welcome back or to another video. For those of you who are new around here, welcome. I'm Jade, the Childfree PT, and I'm super grateful to have you guys here. So I was doing some research the other day and I came across this really interesting read on Reddit, and I literally just had to do a video on it. And what strikes me most about the original poster is they weren't just like being aimlessly mean or like catty or anything like that. They were actually just doing research and genuinely interested in the psychology behind why so many people kind of like just push kids out for the sake of it. So this first paragraph absolutely got me. So they started with, I have been thinking about this for quite some time now. I deeply enjoy studying sociology, human relationships, psychology, etc. I find it interesting, and one of the most interesting things I have learned so far is about the incredibly bizarre fixation, borderline fetish, humanity has with having kids and parenting. I have done an incredible amount of research about parenthood and its place in our society. I can say I don't think most people with children did an ounce of the research I did, and I can almost approve it. Fact upon fact upon fact. Let's move on. Firstly, I can say that I'm absolutely shocked at how many parents let having a child, the most profound and permanent life choice a person could make, be something that just happens. And am I missing something? How in God's name could creating an entire separate human person who will live, experience and die in this world, who will be solely dependent on you for years and years, be something that could just happen? I have come to the conclusion that a lot of this is just social BS. They get pregnant accidentally and don't want the guilt of having an abortion. That's it. There's no actual desire and plan for parenthood. It's just guilt avoidance, and the kid is born as a result. Now, before I continue, I am going to address the fact that while I agree with this person about the feelings of guilt that can surround abortion, I am aware that in many places, obviously across the globe, this is simply not an option because it's simply not available. So the person, if they do find themselves in that situation, cannot actually make that choice for themselves. So what some people do is they find themselves in that situation and they are genuinely stuck. You know, whatever the situation is or however it happened, you know, being born, the bottom line is, it does make my blood boil, but the truth is being born when your parents like didn't want or actually plan for you is just detrimental to both the parent and the child. Why people can't see this, I have no idea. And I truly believe deep down that this is why there are so many broken people kind of broken and hurt people walking around the world right now, because they are unaware that this is the reason. Like growing up, if you're growing up and your parents like didn't want or plan for you, or they had you because that was what was expected of them or anything like that, that child's gonna know that growing up. They're gonna sense that, they're gonna get an idea for it, they're eventually gonna find out. You know, they're not stupid. It's gonna grow up and it's gonna have a mind of its own. Like why? I just don't understand what goes on in some people's heads. However, what this original poster said about the most profound and permanent life choice, and people just say, oh, it just happened. This is something I've never understood, and it took me so long to openly speak about this because I used to think I was the one going mad and I was the one who was crazy when I thought, why are people doing something so permanent without having an actual think about it and without having a discussion or, you know, just two thoughts about it? I don't even care. Just sit and think about it for 5 minutes. But when you want to do something like start a business or go traveling or get a tattoo or get a piercing, when I was growing up, I wanted to do all of these things and people were like, oh, don't do that. Oh, well, you can't take a tattoo off once you have it. And if you get a piercing and it goes wrong, it can get infected. And I'm hearing all of this shit. Yeah, oh, when are you going to have babies? Are you fucking kidding me? Like, that's like the most permanent fucking thing ever on this planet. I'd rather have the fucking tattoo, because the bottom line is, if I change my mind about the tattoo, at least I can get it fucking lasered off. Okay, sorry, I had to go and get my Amazon delivery from downstairs and I had to wait to get my breath back. So I'm such a great PT, you see. Anyway, moving on, I recently came across one of the most batshit articles I have ever read in my life. It's called Honest Reasons Why We Had Kids on mums.net. Full warning, prepare for your blood to boil after reading that article. The article was trash, but I'm almost glad that it was published because it confirmed many things that I was suspecting after a while. The author basically says out loud that she loves the attention that only comes with being pregnant, and becoming a mum is a way to become connected to a new social circle once again. There is no desire to actually parent, raise up, protect a growing child, it is all social validation when you peel back some of the layers. And that is bang on the money, bang on point. And what was really sad about this, when you peel back more layers, is that how low is your confidence as a person that you believe the only way you can make friends is by getting pregnant and by joining like some mum circle somewhere or some like kiddie walkie circles. Or I just find it really sad that they think that's the only way you can make friends. Like, you can make friends without being pregnant, you know. You don't have to go to hospital. You don't have to go to mummy circles. There are tons of ways that you can connect with a plethora of human beings across the planet and in person. Like, it doesn't, is that the only thing you bring to the table, really? Like, prepare yourself right now for the ultimate truth bomb coming up in this final part. I do believe it is possible to have parents who actually want the day-to-day job of raising a child into their best selves and expecting nothing in return. But those parents are so few and far in between. Even people who have a good relationship with their parents sometimes still experience their parents subtly wanting things from them, like a certain degree or a certain career path or grandkids, because it seems like so many people see their children as a means to an end, a means to retirement, a means to social validation, means to leave out your repressed dreams, etc. I have never yet met someone who said, I became a parent because I wanted to bring someone here and give them a great life. I also enjoy the task of taking care of children, and I enjoy meeting other people's needs. And it is so true. I'm yet to actually, someone mentioned this on my community tab the other day, like, I've never heard a parent be like, yeah, I really wanted to do this. I really wanted to raise another human. I wanted to raise a good, well-rounded human being who can serve society somehow. And it is all about them, and they don't realize. And it's like what the original poster said, like, obviously there are great parents out there, but they are very few and far between. The ones who like don't make their child's existence all about themselves. They are out there, and I know that for sure. Relate to this, especially if you've watched my video about disappointing my parents. I'm gonna leave that screenshot right here. You'll know that I definitely grew up feeling like I had to serve for my parents. Like, I had to go to uni, I had to do this, and I had to do that. And obviously I didn't do those things because I'm a very strong-willed, strong-minded person, and I was like, I'm not falling into that trap, I'm not doing it. But I did feel like, you know, the pushing of the university, the pushing of a certain job, of a certain title and stuff like that, it definitely wasn't normal in my household to grow up and be like, yeah, I'm going to work in health and fitness. I'm going to like lift weights. Like, fuck no. You did not say that. Specifically as a woman, you did not say that. And this is why there are so many people out there who are unhappy as well, because they're doing things for other people. They're living their life through somebody else. They're doing careers and jobs because, oh, my parents wanted me to do this. Or they become nurses and doctors and teachers, which I'm not saying is a bad career path at all. But it's because one of their parents is doing that job. And it just makes me think like, oh, did you get into that because of your mum and dad or your parents and carers? Or this fear-based parenting drives me up the wall. And I know a lot of people go through this, whether they're aware of it or not. It's just, they're so scared that their kid is gonna do or do not do something. Like, they're so scared, like, oh, they're gonna do this or not do this. And my thought is always the same. Well, if you're so scared, why? Why are you having kids? I don't understand. If it's something that's gonna fucking frighten you and you're scared of this person doing wrong or, you know, not getting a career that's deemed as good or successful, then why are you doing it? You're making their existence about you, and they are their own entity. They are their own human. They are their own person. Please think about it. Like, think about it properly. You know, one of the billion trillion reasons why I'm not a parent is because I know deep down I would want my kid to be at the Olympics by the age of 16. And that's just wrong. How awful does that sound? Even I said it myself in my head. I watch the Olympics sometimes, or I watch the athletics on TV, and I think to myself, oh, I'd love it if one of my kids could grow up and do that. But are they probably going to do that? No. Because are they probably going to hit the genetic jackpot? No, they're definitely fucking not. So yeah, that's one of the trillion reasons, definitely, that I am not having children. So thank you so much for joining me once again, guys. Make sure you give this video a massive thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and I'm going to catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.